Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the new video. I'm the Casual Racing Gamer. Today we are gonna watch one of probably my hardest fought wins in GT7 to date. This is at Road Atlanta. This is daily race B. It's a 5-lap race. I started pole. Now the thing with pole is, and the way I got a lot of my other wins is, a lot of times you're up front and then, you pull ahead so much and you kind of just racing yourself. You need to be consistent. This race was the complete opposite of that. This was not just about consistency. This was about actually driving around a lot of cars that wanted the lead, losing the lead, getting the lead back. It was a very exciting race. And I didn't win this race based on me driving consistent and just good. I actually won this race based on all the other cars that were up in the front with me drove really good. They drove clean. They drove fast, but they respected. Everyone respected each other up in the front. And that is what actually helped me get a win here, because at any given moment in this race, as you'll see, I could have been taken out by any one of these cars purposely or even by accident. But, definitely purposely, they definitely could have, I could have been punted so many times or just drove off the track. And the professionalism in this race is really, it just, no matter how many bad races you have, and I had a lot of bad races before this one, races like this it just really excites me when you drive around really good, clean, fast drivers. So lap one, I was able to keep the lead, and I am driving the Mazda in this race. And if you saw one of my last videos about using the Metacar, where it was something I was not a fan of doing, and now I kind of gave into it, saying if you want to be competitive, sometimes you have to use it. I was tired of getting beat on the straights at this track. But here we go. P2 is actually going to overtake me here, so I had to kind of check up a little bit to stay on the outside, not run myself off the road. So, only coming into lap 2, I did check up. I let him take the inside there, and I let him pull ahead. And now, I'm thinking, is he going to run far ahead of me, or am I going to be able to stay with him? My goal is obviously to stay close to him. I'm always willing to give up a couple spots, especially if I'm in the front. I am going to battle hard, but I don't want to lose my car or get punted and fall all the way to the back, especially when you're in the front. But I did give into the Mazda. I was tired of getting beat out on the straight using other cars, and I wanted to be competitive. And if I was, had a lead going into the straight at the end of the track, I wanted to make sure that I can actually keep my lead there. No matter how good, I drove on the rest of the course, I wanted to be able to keep my lead when we got to the straight. So, it took me a while to actually get used to the Mazda. But this is actually my first race using the car, and it was actually my first race ever, I think, using the Mazda in any race. So it was definitely a learning curve to get used to it. I was a little nervous racing here, but as you can see, on P3 Myrak, and let me just tell you, he stays with me a lot here, and he was driving really good, definitely giving me good pushes, definitely staying right behind me. Again, a lot of opportunities for these cars to take me out, and it just didn't happen. But here we go, P1 running away with it a little bit. So, now it's a battle for like P2, P3, and he's literally on my bumper. And obviously when there's a car on your bumper, you feel pressure, you feel like you need to be faster. But my main concern here is don't overdrive. Don't worry about braking late. Just hit your marks, hit your time, same braking markers. Don't change up the way you're driving. Luckily, Myrak in P3 was driving well, driving clean, and he knew how to drive right up to my bumper and drive it well. So, big shout out to him. And there's going to be just this whole race was just really exciting and fun. And it was me getting used to the Mazda as well. I did, like I said, it took me a lot of practicing to get used to the Mazda before I actually hopped into the race. So I felt a little bit comfortable here, but still a little uncomfortable. Here you go. Ready, P3. Myrak gonna pull right up. Am I saying it right? Myrak? Yeah, Myrak. That's how you say it, right? Myrak. So right on my bumper, right? Giving me a good push here. We are coming down to the straight. And then it's like, all right, where am I gonna make a move? Is he gonna make a move? I'm gonna pull to the outside of P2. We're gonna be coming in to the chicane. And this is where everyone has to be, know your line and be safe here. So I actually pulled up ahead. I was able to keep my line, keep going well where I was positioned. And, I was able to pull ahead in P1 as, Myrak gave me a good push down the straight, which obviously helped me overtake. And then you actually just saw the car drive off there, getting knocked out from behind. But now I have P1, Myrak P2, P3, Drive You Crazy 2.0. Our leader, Mr. Turbo 311, dropped to P4. And, you know, now we're on lap 4 or 5. And, you know, this is where, you know, things are getting rough. I'm in P1. I'm still not feeling a win here yet. I'm not comfortable. I'm like, man, I'm definitely going to get overtaken somewhere. I get knocked out. Someone's going to drive in my bumper. But, you know, Myrak's been behind me a lot of this race, so I kind of have confidence that you know, he's a clean driver. So I'm not thinking he's going to bump me on purpose. Coming close there, you know, actually he gave me a little tap there, I think, and then he pulled back. So, man, I just love when you have clean, good driving like that. It's just so exciting. But as you can see, this whole race, you know, there's no resting here. There's no breathing. There's no let me slow down. Coming down to the straight, Myrak gonna pull to the outside of me as we come down, coming into the chicane. And is he gonna be able to overtake me here? You know, this is where who's gonna brake earlier, who's gonna overdrive. So I'm gonna come in here and let's see what happens. Ready? I'm gonna come in, stay to the inside. I'm able to not overtake. I'm able to keep my spot there. You know, when you're coming in there, you're not able to see when you hit those. You know, racing in VR, obviously you obviously see the VR capture screen. But when you're coming in there, and you know, you're hoping the car behind you is paying attention to where you are, because if you're a little bit of ahead, you can't see where they are. So you're driving your line and you're hoping that they see you and they'll brake, or they'll brake check and they'll check up a little bit to give you the spot, because they can see you, but you can't see them. So you're driving your line, you're thinking there, you know, you have it in your head and you're hoping that they see where you're going. So, you know, that's just it's just rough when you're hitting spots like that, hoping that they're not there. You're hoping they're not going to try to pull on the side of you because you're driving that line, and they actually did slow down and check up to get behind you and just, you know, fall behind you. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Last lap, still holding on to P1. And look at this, P1, P2, P3. We are all so stinking close. And I still don't feel like I have the win here yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like someone's going to overtake me. You know, P3, P2, are they going to line up behind me? And look at this, coming down. You don't want to be coming down to the chicane with P1, P2, P3 all together. But here he goes. He's going to try to make the move to the inside. We are coming down. I still have a little bit. He is going to overdrive it a little bit where I'm able to pull to the inside. Then kept my line, able to take it to the outside here. And then once I cleared that, I was like, I got it. I am taking it home. I was so excited. If you guys can't even tell, me watching the race and just talking about it, the excitement, look at this. And we all just came in there. Drive You Crazy 2.0 coming in at P2. Myrak unfortunately finishing P3. He drove so well. Like, you know, it would have been nice to see him take a P2. But all these guys, man, it was such an awesome race. Mr. Turbo 311 finishing P4. What an awesome race. And you can just see the clean driving that took place in this race. And you know, that this just, for all the bad races, this just makes you just really excited to you know, it gets your excitement back up. I had some really, really bad races before this, just getting spun out on lap 1 and stuff like that, and falling to from like P4 to P16 and never catching up. So, you know, to have something like this happen after that, it's very exciting. You know, obviously a win under your belt is always going to be exciting. And like I said, guys, don't be afraid to use the meta car. I talked about this in the past. It wasn't the car, my first choice of car. I didn't want to drive the Mazda. I didn't even like the way the Mazda drove. You drive on the wrong side of the car for us Americans. I'm not used to driving on that side of the car. So everything is just wrong about the car, but I kind of needed it in order to give myself a better finish. And here you can see I actually did. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thumb it up, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. We out of here. Peace.